If you want to transition from the beginner's method to CFOP, the go-to speed cubing method, it means you have to learn F2L, the step where you solve the first two layers simultaneously. Now, initially, it will be super difficult, but once you get used to it, and I promise you will, your times will get so much faster because F2L just requires a lot fewer moves. F2L is the second step of the CFOP method, so make sure you already know how to solve a cross. When we're doing F2L, we want to solve two pieces simultaneously into their slot. This is a slot, this is a slot, this is a slot, and this is a slot. And as you can see, this slot is solved, so this is our end goal for each of the 4 slots. Now, a corner edge pair is a corner which has the cross color in it, like this one, and its matching edge, which are the remaining colors, green and orange, which is right here. So these two pieces would be a matching corner edge pair. One quick tip, F2L pieces never have yellow in them, so you can kind of forget about all of the yellow pieces when you're doing F2L. Now, the entire idea of F2L is to find matching corner edge pairs, like these two pieces, and to turn them into an easy insert. Right now we have an easy insert that we just solve into its slot, so both pieces are solved. Don't worry if you don't get this yet, because this entire video will talk about all the techniques you need to do this. But let's first take a look at these easy inserts we're trying to create. There are 4 possible cases we want to set up to, and they're all very simple to solve. The first one is this one right here, and we call this a right pair. The reason it's a right pair is because when we face the slot where it needs to go, the side colors match to the right side. If that happens, we hold that pair to the right, we do U, R, U prime, R prime. That solves this pair. But let's try to make this case a bit more intuitive. We push the pair aside so that we can open the slot where it needs to go, we insert it, and we close it again, just like that. Now the second case is a left pair, and we see that because the left side matches. This time we hold it to the left and do the same thing. U prime, L prime, U, L. Bit more intuitive, put it to the side, open the slot where it needs to go, inserting the pair, and realigning the cross. The third pair we're gonna call the right insert. We have this blue-red corner above the spot where it needs to go, and we have the matching edge right here in the back. Now notice that we have different colors facing up. This is red and this is blue. Because white faces to the right, we hold it to the right and we do R, U, R prime. That solves the two pieces. Let's try to make this a bit more intuitive. So we hold it to the right. Now the first turn, the R move, already makes the pair, and we're in a position right now where we can just insert a pair with one move and realigning the cross. And finally we have the lefty insert. We have the blue-red corner above the spot where it needs to go again, and this time the matching edge is right here. Different colors facing up. Because white faces to the left, we hold it to the left side and we do L prime, U prime, L. And that solves the two pieces. A bit more intuitive this time. First, turn this into a pair, insert it where it needs to go, and realigning the cross. Sometimes when you're doing F2L, you will already find one of these cases. For example, right here, going to the correct spot, I have a right pair. So we can just insert it the way that I showed before. And it will happen pretty often because right now these two pieces, if I bring the corner to its correct spot, is also a case we've seen before, a righty insert. But more often than not, we have to turn corner edge pairs into an easier insert. Now step 1 to do that is to get both pieces into the top layer and disconnected. For example, this corner edge pair, I can work with these two because they're both in the top layer and they're disconnected. But this corner edge pair, the blue-orange one, I cannot work with yet because they're not both in the top layer. If you have a corner edge pair both in the top layer disconnected, work with those first. But I'm gonna show you what you need to do if that's not the case. For example, these two. If there's an edge in the middle layer and the corner is in the top layer, you just hold the edge on the right side, put the corner in the front left, and do R, U, R prime. This takes both pieces into the top layer. This is actually pretty intuitive because we just put the edge up, take it out of its slot, and realigning the cross. If the edge is in the top layer and the corner is in the bottom layer, we hold the edge to the left, right here, and we do the same moves, R, U, R prime, or just intuitively taking out the corner. This puts both pieces into the top layer. If your corner edge pair is stuck in the first two layers and they're not solved yet, we don't do R, U, R prime because this way we'll just take out the pair and they will still be connected. Instead what we do is R, U prime, R prime. This also takes both pieces into the top layer, but now they're disconnected. And finally, what do you do if your corner edge pair are connected in the top layer? Well, you just hold the corner on the right side, make sure it's above a slot that isn't solved yet, like this green-orange pair is not solved yet, and we can do R, U2, R prime. This keeps both pieces in the top layer, but they're disconnected now. This also works if the edge is on the left of the corner. So corner on the right, R, U2, R prime. And now both pieces are disconnected in the top layer. So let's now finally take a look at how we can use this corner edge pair in the top layer and turn them into an easy insert. Well, the first step is looking where the corner edge pair needs to go. Right now I'm working with the blue-orange pair, which needs to go in between the orange and blue center, right here. And then we take a look at the corner. Either white or the cross color faces to one of the sides, or it can face up. If white faces to the side, we hold the corner above the slot where it needs to go and turn the upper layer once so that we can still see the cross color. I can still see white right now. So turning it this direction is wrong because where is white? I don't know. So once again, turning it once, and then we take a look at the top colors of the corner edge pair. Right now both are orange. If they are the same color, we want to create a pair. In other words, we want to bring this edge next to the corner. And the way we do this is by bringing down the corner by putting the slot up, and this way this corner is safe in the bottom layer and we can turn the upper layer and put the piece where it needs to go. If I now realign the cross, we have created the pair. And we know how to solve this pair because we've seen that before. Ta-da! So let's do a quick example for the other side. So matching corner edge pieces in the top layer right here. I put the corner above the spot where it needs to go. We turn the upper layer once so that I can still see the white color. Now looking at the pieces we're solving, the top colors are the same color, so I want to bring the edge next to the corner. I can bring the corner down this time using the left side like so, put the edge next to it and bring the corner back. This creates a pair. And because the left side matches, it's a left pair, which I can solve. Like so. But what if the top colors are not the same? Well, once again, we put the corner above the spot where it needs to go, turn it once so that we can still see the cross color. And this time we don't want to get the edge next to the corner piece, but we want to get it across from it. In other words, the matching edge piece either needs to go next to the corner or across from it. If it's the same color, you put it next to it. If it's a different color, you put it across from it. It's a different color, so I can once again hide the corner by bringing up the slot, putting the edge where it needs to go, and realigning the cross. Right now, I set up this lefty insert like that. Quickly an example from the other side. So this time white face to the right. So we're not gonna put it that side because where is the white? I do not know. So bring it that side. So right now the edge either needs to go next to the corner or here, but because the colors on the top are different, we want to get the edge right here. Not here, but here. So we can hide the corner, put the edge where it needs to go, realign the cross, and this time we have a righty insert, just like that. And then finally, what if looking at the corner, the cross color, or white in this case, faces up? Well, this is actually the easiest case because now we just line up the edge to the correct center. So we're doing the blue-orange pair. So we're connecting the blue-orange edge piece to the blue center. And in the same way that we hit the corner before, we're gonna hide the edge this time. So we're gonna bring the slot up. Right now we can bring the corner above that edge, right here. And if we now realign the cross, we will have a pair that we can insert just like that. Same from the other side, aligning the edge, bringing down the edge, putting the corner above it, realigning the cross, and we can insert this pair. So now we know enough to solve F2L. I'll do an example with you. So looking at the top layer right now, this is the easiest case. So let's start with that one. We put it above the spot where it needs to go, and this is a righty pair, which we can solve like that. Now looking at the top layer, I see this corner right now, but its matching edge is not in the top layer. So let's look for it. It is right here. So we put the corner right here. We do R, U, R prime, which takes both pieces into the top layer. Now because white doesn't face up, we put the corner above the spot where it needs to go. And we're gonna turn the top layer once so that I can still see white. And looking at the pieces we're solving, they have the same color. So I know the edge needs to go next to the corner. So let's hide it. Then we can move the edge next to the corner, bring the corner back, which creates a pair. So let's insert the pair. Looking at the top layer right now, I see these two pieces. And we're pretty lucky because this is already a righty insert, which we can do just like that. Okay, so the last case, okay, we have the edge right here, corner right here. The edge needs to be on the left, so I can take it out, RU, R prime. This time, white faces up. So we align the edge to the correct center, turn it away from where it needs to go, or bring up the slot. Then we can put the corner above it, realign the cross, which creates the left pair, and we can insert it like that. If you understood this and you can do this, congrats dude, because you're now a speed cuber. If you need more help, check this video where I do 3 F2L examples. Just be patient, take your time, and try to understand what you do. And if you're done with F2L, check one of these videos. And also don't forget to go to thecubecall.com and use discount code CubeHead for a huge discount.